2v2 Medean Cliff Mines blue team. A bunch of chaos. First up, Tinibombini plays a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and disruption. This is Word Bearer's DLC. Alongside, Siegureboy is a plague champion, starts out range combat with this damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, good versatility and utility, can build turrets and repair but lacks speed. Red team, for the Imperium we have Broodwich, plays a Grey Knight brother captain, durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, good offense and support fights in melee combat. And alongside, it's Commissar Vocaloid, who confusingly doesn't play a Commissar, plays a Inquisitor, offensive commander that starts off in melee combat, lots of stuns and snares and crowd control with some support as well. She's on capping duty. And double guardsman, this is Death Core of Krieg DLC, hence the gas masks are behind heavy cover shooting up Kel Space Marines. Here comes the obligatory Sentinel, a tier 1 vehicle that can decap points but cannot cap them. Can get a very useful disruptive stomp, which you need to purchase the upgrade for in Elite Mod. Heretics are on the prowl. Vocaloid trying to get a mod off these Chaos Space Marines and very nearly did. Now should switch his fire to lose. Heretics, there we go. Heretics, very fragile squad, just 600 hit points across 8 models. Very fragile, but they are forced off with 4 models remaining. They get away. 462 500. Heretics for Tinibombini, hitting power. He has double Chaos Space Marines. These guys just out of base, I think, are still idle. Broodwich with a strike squad, heavy infantry, good both melee combat and range combat, and can be very powerful, some decent utility in tier 2. 500 requisition though. Do they justify their cost? It is a big question. I think they just about do. You just need to use them very differently than you do tactical marines and Chaos Space Marines. I think they're best used in their melee stance early on alongside the DPS of Stormtroopers. They have good disruptive melee. They have 70 melee skill, which is the same basic melee skill as most dedicated melee squads. Some of them have more, but they have a very good special attack with good knockback strength. They can send you flying and that can win an engagement. 429 500. 2-to-1 cap for red team. Inquisitor getting quite low on hit points, but she's still sticking around trying to tie things up. Sentinel, as you saw by the effect, just was upgraded with the ground pound upgrade, increasing its maximum health and giving it the ground pound, which you're going to see here, I think. Are we? No, we're not, because there's a Havoc squad there with a heavy bolter doing a lot of damage to that Sentinel. Took half of its hit points away. It's a vehicle, so can't be suppressed, but takes a lot of damage from heavy bolters if it gets close to them, and shurikens and stuff like that. Doesn't have vehicle armor, which is the crucial thing. Has heavy infantry armor, so it has the same armor as these Chaos Space Marines and that strike squad there. 401 500 Raptors jumping in, suppressing the strike squad. And this is a fight the strike squad want to take. Raptors do a lot of DPS, 30 DPS per model I believe it is. But look at this, Interceptors coming in. Another jump squad with an instantaneous teleport. And I think they do around about the same DPS as a Raptor squad, but with more health and a higher cost. Heretics getting in there and suppressing the Interceptors, losing a lot of health here. The brother captain's there, so is the strike squad and forces off the Chaos Forces. Strike squad did lose a model, that's 83 wreck to reinforce. What's going on here? We have a single generator up for the red team, and 2 more going up, and triple gens here as well. Look at this though, strike squad decapping this natural power. He needs to come to defend this. Tinibombini, here come the Raptors. Didn't quite get all their health back at base, but they're coming back out anyway. We do have an aspiring champion up for these Chaos Heretics. This is that Chaos Marine leading a charge there. 368 500. 1-to-1 cap. Red team yet to lose a victory point off their counter. The brother captain forced off there though. You see the stink? That's from the Plague Champions. Damage over time bolter. Chaos Lord with interceptors on the field. I think he's going to go for one of these melee weapons, which are very powerful. Either the Blood Maul or the Lightning Claws will do a number on those interceptors, and the Strike Squad as well if they go for their Nemesis focus. Look at these Catachan Devils on the field for Vocaloid. Really versatile squad in tier 1. Counter melee units, have power melee themselves, also disrupt and support. Very, very powerful squad if you can micro them well and use their abilities, which is the vital thing. 368, 474. Node goes down. Can he decap it? Is he even going to try and decap it? Havoc's going to set up here. It's not what you want to see. And just an instant retreat over Vocaloid, which I think was the best choice because there were aspiring champion heretics, grenade launch heretics, and CSM with Eternal War ready to DPS down those suppressed units. 368, 461. You saw that instant suppression again from the Havocs. Interceptors and Strike Squad backing away slightly. Chaos Lord flanking in, and here come heretics suppressing the entire blob with a Doom Blast. Interceptors teleporting out to tie up the Chaos Space Marines. Strike Squad getting away without a model loss, that's alright for Broodwich, who goes tier 2. In fact, both Imperium players for the red team going tier 2, Chaos players still in tier 1, just need some more power. They got their power decapped, of course, at one point. Now filling it up with generators. Chaos Space Marines still in melee combat. They stayed in this combat way too long, and that was a very strange retreat there. Oh, that's another squad. I thought that model was that squad. 368411 getting away with one model, those guys. Here come the Raptors, a bit late to the fight. Jumping over, or rather through this cliff. And Stormtroopers with grenade launchers, which is a strange one. Would have thought he'd wait for a plasma gun upgrade against double CSM, but he's gone for grenade launchers. Sentinel backs away. 368, 379. Chaos now putting the pressure on. Red team need to get something tasty out in tier 2. Maybe a Manticore for Vocaloid, because Siegureboy has a second Chaos Space Marine squad, and they have Eternal War also. So he's putting out some serious range DPS. The Plague Champion does double Eternal War CSM, backed up by the Havocs, and Nurgle Worship is a bit of a mission to deal with if you don't have the right tools. He should go for artillery spotters, I think. He's gone for Ogrins though. Still needs a way to shut down this Havoc squad or do something to it. Does have those Catachans, but all reliable. Generally can't be relied on, funnily enough, to counter setup teams by themselves, especially if they have a lot of support. He could go for Interrogator's armor, Infiltrator's Ogrins, because these guys do not have an aspiring champion. We will see. 368, 363. Chaos Lord is taking back his victory point in the south. And Broodwich going mid. He's got a Grey Knight Dreadnought on the way, and those things are awesome. Double cap for blue team. Ogrins trying to push in, do not have their burner leader, and they are vulnerable to suppression, as you can see there. Look at the size of them compared to the Catachans. Very powerful melee squad. Line breakers as well, have heavy melee damage, they'll rip apart anything. But Vocaloid is not playing smart here. He needs to deal with these Havocs definitively, and an artillery spotter squad would do that. But look at this, he's got some support from Broodwich coming in with interceptors. Raptors into support from Tinibombini. 368, 298. There's a triple cap for blue. And we see a melee Plague Champion with Plague Fist and Fetid armor. Might try and deal with the Ogrins that way then. That was painful. That was Holy Fire from the Holy Brazier, yes. 50 DPS, power melee weapon for the Inquisitor. And are these guys going to take down this Plague Champion? Those Ripper Gunners do good damage, and down he goes. That was the all reliable from the Catachan Devils finishing him off there. Raptors for Tinibombini do have their aspiring champion. Gives them a Lightning Claw, and what is this? It is that Grey Knight Dreadnought. begins the game with a multi-melter, good damage to all targets from close range. Still as tasty in melee combat as a Dreadnought generally is, and begins with the awesome Maelstrom ability, which he's not going to do in the next update. He will only get that in the future when he has his melee upgrade, which is 2 close combat weapons. But for now, in 2.1, he has Maelstrom out the gate, which is awesome for him. Brother Captain's down, level 2. As you may have spotted there, the Chaos Lord has Lightning Claws, 100 DPS, power melee. Will rip apart those interceptors and strike squad like nothing. He's still level 1 though and doesn't have an armor upgrade. 368, 198. Plague Champion still down. You have double Plasma Gun Guardsmen with their sergeants. These guys getting a Commissar as well. Will allow them to reinforce 3 at a time and give them some more models as well, up to 12. 368, 191. Stormtroopers with that grenade barrage. Maybe that's why he went for grenades, to disrupt these double CSM, which people tend to blob when they have double CSM. 361, 191. Are we going to see tier 3 from now on in? Siegureboy has a Chaos Dreadnought. Is he going to go for Marco Zinch to try and counter that Grey Knight Dreadnought from range? We will see. 353, 191. Look at the damage that multi-melter does. Boom, taking chunks off this Chaos Lord. Marco Zinch, Chaos Space Marines. Las Cannon now getting shots on this Dreadnought, needs support. Interceptors with their Justicar gives them a power melee weapon. Also have their grenades equipped. Don't think they have Nemesis focus though. No, they don't. Still 1600 hit points at level 1. The Strike Squad have been given a Psy Cannon. Good damage to all targets, small area of effect. And those Havocs are wiped out. It took ages to force them to retreat them, and loses the squad. Interceptors teleporting out without a loss. And there is the Maelstrom. This Dreadnought really is dicing with death here. There's a Chaos Dreadnought there with an auto cannon which will chip health off it from long range. Not a huge amount, but it will do the job. Psy Cannon now doing damage. Psy Cannons have a lot of DPS, but it's sustained DPS. And now the multi-melter going after it. Look at the damage, the crack grenade misses. But that multi-melter is kicking ass. But he stops chasing, which is probably a smart thing to do. That doesn't know what he's going to be running into here. 353, 191. You saw how nasty multi-melters can be. Some Plasma Guardsmen dead. The Plague Champion again is down. 353, 191 is that 1-to-1 cap, center uncapped. And it looks like Tinibombini is going after it. Or he's going after a res. Should level his Chaos Lord to 2 finally. And look at this, he's gone for Harness of Rage, making his melee even more devastating. Also Bretonnian Energy, which powers the Dark Halo. So he's going to be very tough, and he's going to be a ton of power melee damage to you. Not nice to deal with. Expensive though to give him this. The claws alone are 200 rec, 50 power. 353, 191. Oh, reliable grenade launcher knocking these heretics off the cap. Plague Champion has been revived, and he has the icon of Nurgle level 3 with Fetid and the Plague Fist. So he's still under 900 hit points at level 3, where he can suppress, he can do a lot of damage, and he can tank with Pestilent Strike if he uses it. Chaos Lord taking a lot of damage here by a ton of stuff. Puts up his Dark Halo. Pathogens needing to run, and it might be wiped out by the icon of Nurgle, and they are. Chaos Lord now needs to flee. He needs to flee. What is he doing? He's just looking pissed. There is the retreat. Obviously, Tinibombini dealing with other squads, which didn't really work out for him because he lost a bunch of Chaos Space Marines. Wow. That Psy Cannon on this Strike Squad doing a good job. 353, 191. Not a lot of people use the specialised weapons for the Strike Squad. Good grief, this Grey Knight Dreadnought is kicking ass as well. But as you can see here, doing a good job alongside the rest of this stuff. Marco Zinch Dreadnought though, very powerful anti-vehicle from range, and dealing with this Grey Knight Dreadnought very quickly there. And that's what can happen in Dawn of War 2. You're doing great, killing stuff left and right, and then your hard counter comes on the field and you're done for. What's this? It's the Nemesis Warding Staff. Brother Captain chasing down a Dreadnought level 4, also has Mantle of Terror and Purified Blades. 353191. Still chasing it down, couldn't quite finish it though. Ogrins chasing off Havocs. Thought they were going to try and finish off that Dreadnought there. I think they should have. Just a couple of hits would have finished it off. 353191, maybe we didn't even see it there. Both of the Chaos Commanders down in mid, and that was not a good engagement for them generally speaking. They did take down the Grey Knight Dreadnought, but now Broodwich is going tier 3, and Grey Knights have a strong tier 3, mainly thanks to the Land Raider Crusader, which you might see because he has over 500 red. 353188. Do have a Manticore on the field for Vocaloid. Doesn't have any XP, so he hasn't killed anything yet. Single there for blue. Nobody capping mid still. Chaos Dreadnought for Tinibombini hitting. Grenade launchers won't do a lot to a Dreadnought. Should be targeting the Chaos Space Marines here. There's tier 3 for Vocaloid, and Tinibombini floating tons of resources. Could go tier 3 himself, but might choose to stay tier 2. Chaos have a very strong tier 2, not quite the same as it is in retail, but still very strong in its own right. Interceptors teleporting in, level 3 interceptors, and throw a crack grenade on the Dreadnought. There's that side cannon doing its DPS again. Here come Ogrins. Crack grenade wears off, and there are some bloodletters spawned from blood sacrifice on the heretics, so they won't last forever. What was that? That is a Manticore strike. That is kicking ass there. Wow, almost wiped the heretics. In fact, it did wipe the heretics, and Tinibombini needs to spend the resources on something here. That Plague Champion now chasing down interceptors who teleport after the Dreadnought. For some reason is going to lose his squad now. I thought they teleported out, but I guess not, and loses them. Ouch! Big loss for Broodwich. Huge loss. Those guys were level 3 at least. Chaos Lord now leveling to 4 all of a sudden. Plague Champion's level 5. Chaos Squad is doing very well in melee combat. 350, 140. Inquisitor does have Interrogator's armor and infiltrates herself. And she's going to use that to tie up the Havocs, I think. Nope, she's just going to put down Holy Fire, which is a mistake. Not going to do a whole lot, doesn't do a lot of damage. Chaos Lord getting into trouble again, using his Dark Halo, but it's not going to save him, I don't think. Strike Squad trying to finish him off, but he does get away. Wow. For some reason, the Guardsman stopped shooting at him. Sentinel, as you may have noticed, has the missile launcher. Another Chaos Dreadnought for Tinibombini. Could get a third one out soon. Manticore strike on the VP. Not quite quickly enough to stop the cap, but does hit the Havocs nicely. Plague Champion will get straight back up. He's almost level 6. And Broodwich going for Paladins. Maybe he thinks the Land Raider Crusader will be put under too much pressure by this Dreadnought. Paladins with very powerful heavy melee weapons would put a lot of pressure on it. There is the Frenzied Barrage, which misses everything. 311, 138. Brother Captain, I've not seen him use his ward yet, which is a great ability that the staff gives you. And let's not forget the 83 power melee DPS this thing has. Double Marquis each Chaos Space Marines level 2 and level 3. Lots of nasty anti-infantry damage here for Siegureboy. Inquisitor coming in, just trying to stop this Dreadnought from firing its missiles, I think, but was completely unsupported, and that was a pretty dumb move by Vocaloid. 311, 114. Maybe he thought Broodwich was still over here. Here are the Paladins. Terminator variant with these huge Nemesis Demon Hammers, which are heavy melee for these guys, and they do a hell of a lot of DPS. These guys also passively buff nearby allied infantry with damage reduction and a damage buff as well. I think it's 10% and 5%, but I'm not sure which way around that is. Going after the Chaos Lord here, who did a lot of damage to them, but does have to flee like a girl. And they teleport after it and finish him off. There we go. But now they can't teleport, and Terminator variants cannot retreat unless you are the Force Commander. So they have to slowly mosey away. Big Manticore strike. Manticores do a lot of damage to vehicles. Psy Cannon, can it finish off this Marco Zinch Dreadnought? Look at the DPS from that Psy Cannon, but they couldn't quite chase it down. Raptors jumping in to suppress. Paladins are still in there though. Double Dreadnoughts here, and there is the ward from the Brother Captain. 30% less damage for these Paladins now. Received, that is, of course. 311, 69. I think it lasts 10 seconds. Didn't seem to last 10 seconds there, but there you go. Seemed to be over very quickly, that ward. 311, 69. 1-to-1 cap. Space Marines in retreat, and Paladins teleporting out. Didn't lose a model, but they're going to need to walk all the way back to base to heal up. 306, 69, 2-to-1 cap for the red team. They have center, they have their natural. Here's a Nurgle Shrine. Healing allies and suppressing enemies. There's the Pestilence Strike stunning these Oberins. Also providing that very powerful range damage reduction buff. Guardsmen getting way too close and becoming suppressed by the shrine. And here comes the Brother Captain to smack it in the face for the Emperor, and down it goes. He's level 5 now. 285, 69. Boom. Does the 4-staff drain energy as well? Doesn't say that here, but I just saw the energy drain graphic on that CSM model. Not sure what that was about. 275, 69. It's certainly not something I knew about. Maybe that it's the purified blades, of course. You fall. Burns away 15 energy with each melee strike. I usually focus on the knockback trait that this thing has and forget about the energy drain. 263, 69. Chaos Lord with the special attack, in fact, on the Inquisitor. I thought that was a destructive strike for a second. Lots of vehicles on the field. Double Marco Zinch Chaos Dreadnoughts. And another one for Sigur, which also has Marco Zinch. Good grief. Crack grenade hitting both of them. Where's that Lehman Russ gone to? Backing the hell off with double Marco Zinch Dreadnoughts there, obviously. This thing needs support. What is Siegureboy doing? Come in here. Intercepted running away. 243, 69. Brother Captain chasing down the Dreadnought. This guy can't get a heavy melee weapon. I think the Inquisitor should get her Inferno Pistol. Paladins going after that Chaos Lord again. They are really cancelling him out here. There was so much damage with those hammers. 231, 69. And down he goes finally. There he goes. He's still level 4. The Plague Champion is level 6. And he will be taken out if he's not careful. The Paladins stop chasing, but he goes down anyway. This Strat Squad kicking ass with that Psy Cannon steel. They're level 3 now. Doing a lot of damage with that thing. Look at the damage of those Chaos Space Marines alongside the Storm Bolters. 215, 69. Now Paladins tearing them to pieces. And Tinibombini is not retreating them and loses the squad. Huge losses. And Siegureboy is just standing around. Just a strike squad and the Paladins. He has his entire army and doesn't move in. Now the Lehman Russ is here. Manticore is pushed all the way up, and Baneblade on the field for Vocaloid. Can they deal with this thing? They've lost one of the Dreadnoughts, but they still have 2 Marco Zinch guys. So that's a hell of a lot of anti-vehicle damage. Also have the Plague Fish from the Plague Champion and the Las Cannon Marco Zinch for the Havocs. So what about these guys? They also have a las cannon, so a hell of a lot of anti-vehicle damage on the field. But is it going to be enough? With the Paladins there, with that brother captain there, more interceptors that he's got. Look how much red that Broodwich has. You can drop almost 2 nukes. 175, 69. Tinibombini can drop an abyss. Surely Broodwich is going to get a land raider now. If he can save up the wreck. Bay pushing mid. It's up to blue team to do something about this though. They are harassing the northern VP, which is what they should be doing. Ogrins alongside the Inquisitor there, and red team getting impatient and pushing through. Executioner on the Lehman Russ, also elite tank crew. There's a orbital bombardment from Broodwich and hitting quite a lot of stuff here. Look at this. Wow. That was a very, very good nuke from Broodwich. The Baneblade suppressing this Plague Champion with its triple twin-linked heavy bolters with the help of the Lehman Russ, and there's an Abyss going to wipe out those guardsmen, but didn't do a whole lot else. He needs to put up a repair bunker now. Really needs to put up a repair bunker. Has so much red, he could drop a nuke and put up a repair bunker. Paladins have their wrist-mounted Psy Cannon, which is pretty awesome, giving them some anti-vehicle damage as they run in. See it on that lead model there. 165, 69. Havoc's caught in retreat and whacked off the face of the map. And that is surely it, because Tinibombini's lost a lot of stuff. Siegureboy also lost a lot of stuff. He was just way too timid in mid there. Didn't push when he had a huge amount of units. 148, 69. Red team bide their time to the Baneblade. A Lehman Russ and Paladins. Paladins have been very good since they hit the field. Impressed though, very impressed with this strike squad, who are now level 4. And look at this, more Paladins on the way for Broodwich. Screw the Land Raider Crusader. Blue team are persevering, but there's a triple cap for red team, and this is all over. Those Havocs wiped out. Red team being ruthless, and there's a rocket run right at the end of the game. Warded interceptors teleporting out. And yes, that was a bit more like 10 seconds, wasn't it? 82, 69, triple cap for red. Plague Champion very, very angry. He's level 7, has done well. Wow, the Interceptor Justicar gives you 23 red, good grief. Plague Champion runs away. There's Frenzied Barrage. And it does suppress those Ogrins, and the Manticore Strike takes down the Dreadnought in base. Where the heck is it? It's there. 51, 69. Chaos Terminates hit the field, but it is going to get absolutely owned by the Baneblade and that Lehman Russ as well with the Executioner. Level 3 Lehman Russ. Blue team not giving up. There's another orbital strike. What's he doing? He's only going to hit one squad with it, I think. No, he hits another one. And good. Look at the range that you get on the orbital strike. Look how far away those two beams are. That is awesome. 35, 69. And he killed about 3 models with it, I think. Chaos Lord is down. He's level 4. Siegureboy's lost his entire army. There's the GG from Vocaloid. And that is the game. It's a 2-to-1 cap. Blue team not conceding. They're going to see this out, I think. More Paladins. Double Paladins. They're 700 rec, 200 power each. How did he get 2 of these things on the field? Lost a full interceptor squad. Still gets out double Paladins. Raptors chasing off Stormtroopers. These are level 4 Stormtroopers. Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, that is. 969, 2-to-1 cap. Double Paladins teleporting in. Raptors do not want to fight this. But screw it, they're going to die anyway. Go out with a fight, and down they go. Absolutely torn to shreds, and there is the victory. 2-to-1 cap wins it for red. Lots and lots of mistakes by both teams. Blue team just made more, didn't preserve the units through tier 2 and tier 3. Good use of the strat squad with the Psy Cannon, I think, and some decent brother captain play. Got to level 9 in fact. Wow. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.